Hello everyone and welcome back to Chappy TV. I am your host Dakota Chappy, and for you tonight we've got a spectacular new arrival. Oh my gosh, I could not be more excited right now to bring you this incredible Rex Rabbit coat. This is really a very unique design in the way that all of the pelts have come together to bring you a variety of levels of fur in this. Some of it has been sheared down and some of it is left long. Something really unique about the Rex Rabbit in particular is that its guard hairs grow to the same length of its down hairs, and it's the only little critter on the planet that actually is like that. It's a rabbit that was specially bred for the fur industry, and they realized when they crossed the genetics and ended up with the Rex Rabbit that it has something in its genetic code that makes those two different levels of hair grow to the exact same length. So super interesting. Again, the Velveteen Rabbit, very shed resistant, mistaken oftentimes for chinchilla. It's the much more affordable version of chinchilla, but it's very similar feel and pretty much the same look. Incredible. Now, everybody loves a fur coat, right? But how are you going to pump gas in that? Are you really going to run to the grocery store at 10 o'clock at night to, get a bag of chips in your Rex Rabbit fur coat? Probably not for most of you. Are you really going to go to your son's basketball game in your fur coat? Probably not for a lot of you. So what's really great about this one is that it's reversible. So it can instantly go from like a New Year's Eve kind of look to a any activity that you want to kind of look. And one of our requirements here at the store when we select our fur pieces is we try to make sure that we don't bring anything in that you wouldn't pump gas in. That's kind of the rule, because we know what's required of a Dakota girl these days, and what people really need to do in their everyday lives. And so we want to make sure that everything that we sell is really applicable to your lifestyle and true to who you are. So I love this little feature that you can turn this around. Then that fur is up against you now. When it's up against you, that means it's going to do for you what it does for the animal when the animal has that fur up against it, keeping you incredibly warm. So this is not like a huge, big, puffy down coat, but this is something that could keep you just as warm as a big, thick, classic down coat. Really, really unique in its detail. Super easy to just flip that around, and then you're just a little more, under the radar, a little more incognito there with your fur coat, showing up to pick up the kids after school or whatever it is. And then, when the occasion calls for it, you just bust out the fur, girl. Bust out the fur. Okay, and underneath this tonight, super excited about this little dress that just came in. Now, this is from our line out of Paris, and we are slowly bringing these pieces up into the store as we feature them on Chappy TV. So, of course, as you know, this will be available to you tomorrow at 11 a.m. when the store opens. We know that this sweater dress is not going to last long. It has a tremendous amount of stretch in it, and it is extremely soft. And by extremely soft, I mean just shockingly soft. It has such an incredible hand to it. When we say hand, that means feel of the fabric, that it's one of those that you're probably going to find yourself actually just literally reaching over to one cuff or the other just to enjoy the way that feels in your fingertips. Absolutely incredible. Now, the standard way to wear this, your pretty typical, librarian look would be to just wear that collar down in the front. But what's really nice about this, nod to the European designers, is that they've done a few things with this that give you a few options. I love just taking this and twisting it down a little bit, slightly off shoulder, giving me an asymmetrical line up here on my neck, and then pulling my hair over the opposite side. All of a sudden, it just kind of takes it to the next little notch of style. Some of these little things that you can do that just take it to the next level and make it yours. I love the little tulip edge here. This is all rib knit throughout. Great little cuff detail again. And then, even for more of an evening look, if you want, you can pull this actually over and kind of off the shoulder as well if you want to do that. So great little options here to change up your neckline. Fabulous news on this as well. We are offering these for 50% off as an introductory price to the items that we're bringing up brand new from our line from Paris. Now, I'm going to show you another one from that same line that's also 50% off right now. Okay, so I realized that was like a very quick change. Obviously, a little editing here at work. Thank you so much, Daniel Tiger. Shout out to Daniel for all of your lot of you had the pleasure of meeting him recently out at Puss Fest or in the store at several events that we've had throughout the last few weeks, and he is near and dear to our heart. Definitely an import from Florida, but quickly becoming a North Dakotan, as now he sweats anytime it's above 60 degrees.
Yes.
Yes, okay. So we've gotten a little bit creative here with a fur piece that actually has sleeves to it and is technically like an open waterfall jacket. And I know you're looking at this going, that's looking a lot like a cape, Chappy. That's looking a lot like a cape. Well, it is. This is actually designed in England. We are just repurposing it here, getting a little bit creative, using the sleeves to actually tie this into a capelet and letting all of that natural pleating come through here under this cowl neck sweater dress. So I'm going to review this piece for you at the end of the show so that you can see, you know, what really is purpose for. But right now you get to see what I've repurposed it for. I love the little double layer here. This is genuine rabbit fur trim on top of a beautiful blend of merino wool. It is just spectacular, very affordably priced as well. So we are going to get to this piece underneath. Now this is also from your Parisian designer. Yes, that is France. Paris, France brought us this incredible sweater dress. As you know, I am not a big proponent of the bodycon shape because I don't like that shape because it always comes back in and tucks under here and gives me lots of, you know, roundness here in the front of my torso, which is kind of, well, I think for most women that's like one of our areas that we're always pretty afraid of. But what I want you to know is the right cut can actually work, and it's going to take some time to probably find the right cut, but this one is the right one for me. Also, horizontal stripes, you're probably thinking, okay, she's got two things going on in this outfit that are, you know, fashion no-nos, but what you need to understand here is the proportion of the stripes, the distance of the stripes, and then also the placement of them. It actually works to our advantage in this outfit, creating an optical illusion that's giving me some really, really nice shape in here. A lot more shape than I actually technically have. It's making it look like I've got more dimension than is really there. Now, those of you who have met me in person and also watch Chappy TV can probably attest to this fact that this dress is doing a lot for me. Right? I know. Okay, so I'll turn around so you can see this one. Really fantastic. Tons of movement, tons of stretch. I'm usually a big hater on sweater dresses, but I actually really like this one. And then again, just to change up that collar neck a little bit, you can flip this down and kind of wear it over one little shoulder there to give yourself a little bit more of an interest in your neckline. Now, we're going to talk about a Chappy. So for a lot of you out there who are making this transition into the season and you're really feeling yourself gravitating a lot towards your leggings, or if God is with you, your total tight, we know that that can sometimes be a real challenge because the lengths of your tops are not always long enough to wear with something that is so bodycon. In that, I just mean that we always encourage people to cover the lady details, the lady parts, here and here. So, and that's a big controversy with leggings, obviously. But when they're like not so heavy and they seem to be more of a second skin, that's when it's particularly important to make sure that you've got your level of modesty going on. So of course there is a Dakota Chappy invention that bridges the gap, the literal gap, to make those things possible and to, you know, create a modest look. So we're going to do a little quick check here on the length of this particular top because this is going to be the next one that I want to show you. And if I just hold this up, I can already see that it's not going to be long enough with the total tight alone, especially if I lift my arms above my head. I'm going to have a real issue there. So that is where the circle tight comes in. Now, what say you is the circle tight? Well, the circle tight is a seamless skirt that just slips on underneath anything that you're wearing to give it extra length. Now, these come in a couple of different lengths. This is actually the longest one that we have. This is particularly popular with women that are in our tier 2 category. Watch me right now. I'm going to try not to fall over. I'm wearing like a 5-inch heel. Oh, Daniel. Oh, see, now, can I tell you, this is a retake. You're watching take 2. The first time I did it, he wasn't here to help me. See, I'm not even gonna.
Because she was gonna die. See? If it wasn't for me, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm looking out for her right now. She's
Thank you, but did you see that? I just pulled it off.
She did, you know, because this is take 2, obviously. Take 1. She had problems, or I wouldn't be here right now.
Yes, thank you.
It's okay.
Love you, Pam.
I love you.
Love you, Pam.
I love you.
Okay, so back to this. I'm going to slip this dress off of my head now so that you can see how this is all coming together. So for any of you out there who have tried to make something like this in the past work, where you're doing a separate cami, a separate legging, and a separate some kind of pencil skirt on top that more than likely has its own wide, band across here that just gives you like an extra seam, a lot of extra bulk, lots of pulling of the flesh. Impossible for you to keep that cami tucked down into that skirt, that legging hiked up high enough, and it's just a constant battle every step you take because you have 3 different layers going in 3 different directions. But when you wear a total tight, which is that cami legging bra underwear shaper, also into one piece, it really eliminates a lot of that battle because now all we're doing is just simply setting something on overneath. Now I've ruched this a little to take up the length in it. We're going to throw this really cute elk shirt back on top of it, which by the way, I feel like this is like country girl gone chic.
Oh, wow.
Like very, very Nordic girl gone chic here. Obviously this is a top that you could very easily wear with like a little jogger pant or a jean, zip down hooded sweatshirt, something like that over the top, but here, we've definitely dressed it up. Now we're going to bring back this incredible piece that I had on just a moment ago as a cape. I just want to point out again that this looks now like it's one long tunic. Very nice, right?
Mm-hmm.
How that just extended the length. It is a tunic extender. It is a circle tight. So now this bringing back, now you can see how this is designed to be worn, which is just open as your waterfall sweater, absolutely beautiful, merino wool and genuine rabbit combination. I really love when they have these big exaggerated collars to take advantage of that and do like a nice ballerina top wrap here, something very elegant. So we're going to come in here with a belt and do that. I know I have a lot of people out in the audience watching tonight that have come to know and love the Dakota Chappy system of belting also. So just a reminder to those of you out there who are looking at me right now and saying, I could never wear a belt. My days of wearing belts are long past me. Do just take a little note there of the comments below, and you will see that we've got several people that are commenting that are your very same age and same build that have found a love for belting here at the Dakota Chappy store. You got to make sure that belt is in the right place. You got to make sure that it's just enough to support the fabric against your frame, not so much compression that it pulls your flesh over the edges. But that just really brings in a nice little elegant look to that sweater as well. Feeling a bit Elsa right now. Daniel, no comment?
I like the other belt better.
The gray belt?
Yeah.
Well, sorry. That's what happens on take 2. That's what happens on take 2. Because sometimes during take 2, you just can't locate what you had on take 1. Now, we're going to leave this circle tight on because, again, I just want to make a point of how fabulous this piece is to layer when you want to layer. Because now I'm going to put on a jacket, not necessarily a jacket that I want a bunch of extra bulk underneath. And you will see that the total tight, with that built-in cami, so to speak, with the legging attached, just makes the perfect underlayer to pop something so great as this jacket over the top. Now, this is an Italian designer. We picked this up when we had the whole crew up to Vegas in August. Absolutely love, love, love this jacket. The little satin detail, you can see that that is just giving some light reflection off of this to give a little bit more of an interest, kind of a textural interplay, if you will. They also reference that again here in the pocket, in the little drawstrings off of that, giving it great movement. It is an uneven hem here, a bit of a scallop. Fabulous shaping all through the back. It's got that princess seaming, the hood. We love this. For those girls who just want a grown-up hooded sweatshirt, it has arrived. I think the sleeve is perfection. Just enough bell there at the end. This was a favorite amongst the staff, and I know that it will be a favorite for you as well. Now we're going to finish tonight up. We're going to finish it out. We're going to finish it out. Daniel told me a moment ago that when I pop this jacket off, that's a little much. Whoa. That's what he said. But I'm only doing what I have to do. From your beloved creator of the Mansion Mama comes another skater tunic and a fabulous black and white monochromatic print that I know you're going to be bold enough to wear, especially for those ladies out there who want to get into these particular pieces but feel sometimes like the prints might be a little too much for you. Well, if you're scared of print, the best way to bring it in is to do it in a monochromatic way, so you're not like, you know, too much floral, or as I sometimes say, it won't look like Rainbow Bright threw up on you. I know that's your concern. So this is a fantastic, quiet black and white print. Again, it's that skater cut. This line across underneath the pier here that is shaped in a rainbow sort of shape across makes it look like my waist is just super, super tiny. I love that. Fabulous neckline, full sleeve on these. All of this fabric falling into itself here in the front gives me just a fantastic tum-tum cape. As you can see, great from the side profile. This is usually, you know, the test here is how does it look from the side. Absolutely fantastic. A little bit longer in the back to give you that modesty, that little bit of movement throughout, and then again, the circle tight is the perfect thing to fill in this space if you were uncomfortable with this length. You lift your arms up, you know, you're completely covered. I will, however, say for my ladies out there who are not 5'8" like myself, this could be a great tunic for you because it is a little bit shorter, so you're not going to be drowning in fabric. So if you're one of those petite ladies, we really encourage you to come in and try this one as well. Here's the spiel. We're at 813 North Broadway. We're dressing sizes 0 to 28 and beyond. Every age, every style, every lifestyle can find a style profile at the Dakota Chappy store. Please come see us. Bless up, stand up. You are way too cute to dress so average.